Hi everyone, let's talk Dhurandhar. I don't know what you guys thought about this movie, but I went in expecting a very sleek spy action movie, but it turned out a little bit underwhelming for me, and I'm gonna share my thoughts on why that happened. So first of all, it was a two-part series, and I went in expecting a full movie. Despite it being 3 hours and 30 minutes long, I feel like it didn't give us a lot of like the storyline. It was a very gory movie that was difficult to watch at times. Like I found myself just like covering my eyes half the time, because I could not watch some of those scenes. Like they were so brutal. I think that that's probably one of the big reasons why this movie probably wasn't my cup of tea, because I'm not a big action movie buff. Like I love romance and drama and movies like that. And Bollywood lately, like if a movie has to come in theaters, it just seems like it has to be action oriented, or there has to be something really big going on. And for someone like me, I think that there's not a lot of options, honestly, to go and watch a beautiful movie on theaters, because those kind of movies are just not being made with an A-list cast, might I add. So that was my thing with Dhurandhar. Although I have to say that I loved the cast. I love that it was a multi-star cast movie with Akshay Khanna, Arjun Rampal, Sanjay Dutt, and all of R. Madhavan was incredible. I loved all of the characters, and it just seemed like it wasn't a one-man show, So it was a very like multi-star cast where everyone got screen time and everyone was important. It was the story that the movie was about. It wasn't about just one person. And I'm someone who loves chemistry between actors, and I loved the back and forth, and that was really nice to see. I also loved how all of the movies like on this darker underscore where it follows a theme. I love movies like that where they're sort of not catering to everyone and every thing. They're just like doing their own style and following their own style basically. So that was a really good part about Dhurandhar. Some other shows that I wanted to talk about is, I think I want to talk about Delhi Crime 3 and how it just, season 3 just did not work for me. Something about it was just off. And I realized that the weak link in Delhi Crime 3 was actually Huma Qureshi. So hear me out, because we've been seeing all the other characters in every single season, and Shefali Shah is incredible. All of the other cast is incredible. The stories were basically pretty much the same. The villain was different, and I think I kept comparing between Tilotoma Shome, I hope I'm saying her name right, and Huma Qureshi, who both have played villains in different seasons. And Huma Qureshi, to me, like she was perfectly cast, like she fit that world. She looked stunning, but I think that she wasn't as convincing as that character. And I feel like a large part of it is because she herself wasn't convinced of the character that she was playing. And that completely ruined season 3 for me, because it sort of seemed like she was this evil character who did not know why she was evil. The lack of conviction was such a stark difference from what we saw in Tilotoma when she was cast as a villain. Tilotoma had a reason. She made that character humane. She had found a sort of a understanding of that character, which I think Huma Qureshi just could not pull that off. And I watched a couple of her interviews, and it actually made sense after I watched the interviews that she actually admits that she said that you cannot justify something like, what this villain has done. But I think that when you're playing a character, that's the actor's role, is to justify what they're doing. Like if a Cersei Lannister in Game of Thrones was not convinced of why Cersei Lannister was doing something, I think that it would not work. And Huma Qureshi, like, I'm sorry to say this, but she was the weak link, and Delhi Crime season 3 just did not work as good as the other seasons for me because of that. Another one I want to talk about is Family Man season 3. I believe it's season 3. Family Man was incredible. Like, I think that Family Man is what I expect all the movies to be like now, because if it's an action or a crime thriller or stuff like that, because Family Man managed to be interesting, gripping, funny, and also create drama between the actors all at the same time. And it was delightful. It was an awesome watch. Like I watched it all in one go. And the characters that were added, with Jaideep Alawat and Nimrat Kaur, and then there were a few others, I don't really know their names. They were all so good. Like the chemistry between Nimrat Kaur and Jaideep Alawat, Manoj Bajpayee and Jaideep Alawat, when they are together, it's just like those things really, really made this show amazing. And then on top of that, it was funny. It's just like when a good-looking guy is also funny, and it's just like a perfect combination. It sort of felt like that when I was watching the show. And Family Man season 3, hats off, I think it was the best one so far. I guess I did miss Samantha in it, but I understand why Samantha could not be in it, because her now husband is the director of Family Man all of it. So And also, I thought it was quite amazing how they timed the wedding after Family Man season 3 released, because if they had gotten married before this, I think it would have taken all of the limelight away from the show, to their personal life. So I think that was very well timed, I have to say. But yeah, I think that, it was a lot going on, and I have had a really amazing time watching and consuming a lot of content. Stranger Things released, and It is another one that my husband's made me watch. It's really good. So we've been watching a lot of content right now, and yeah, Dhurandhar, I know that I've said that I've been very critical of Dhurandhar, but I have to admit that it is still a really good movie, and I would say that if you haven't gone to watch it, you should watch it. It's just like a sheer delight to see all of those actors on screen, and I did not think that it was as bad as Animal. I thought that it was way better. Although the female characters in Dhurandhar really have no relevance to the movie, they weren't humiliated, they weren't demeaned in any way, so that was a stark difference between Animal and Dhurandhar, and for that reason I definitely would say you should go and watch it, but I probably wasn't as impressed as I would have liked to be.